Yeah, that's a Lingcod baby right there.
You're just gonna fillet this sucker right off the bone. Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fish Out Northwest. Waiting on Tommy Donlin.
This is what you call a bait stop.
Fishing is my kind of style. I plug the Winucci when it gets hot. I'm proud of all the things that I've got.
Hello and welcome to Fish Out Northwest. Waiting on Tommy Donlin, and yes, 2 weeks in a row. I'm pretty proud of ourselves.
That's got to be a record at this point.
We are here. We are here. It's Thursday night, 6 p.m. Fish Out Northwest, coming to you from the studios located here in Olympia, Washington. Got a great show on tap tonight, Tommy. Got a couple guests in studio.
It's going to be a good one.
Excited to revisit with Ryan Elwell and just kind of get caught up on all this stuff. But before we delve into all of this and how much we got going on, I want to remind everybody, first of all, thanks for joining us tonight here, folks. And if you're involved and want to interact, hey, we try to respond, live stream here as often as we can. You throw some questions up, especially when we get our guests in here, Tommy. We try to fire responses along the way. So be sure to do that. Get interactive. Hey, grab this on your social media platform. Send it on out. Invite your friends. Let's stack the house tonight and give our guests a good showing of interaction. Also, if you are joining us for the first time, say on Root Sports, do us a favor. Check out all our social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. You'll never miss any of our content that we're putting out there. Also, check out all our information at www.fhn.com, fishoutnorthwest.com. You're going to find a coupon there, coupon code FHN20 for Edge fishing rods. 20% off Edge fishing rods all the time, if not previously dedicated to a previous reduction. Also, Fish Hunt NW10. 10% off all Phelps game calls for the remainder of the year. How about that, Tommy? All calls. Not just turkey, right?
Yeah.
Because we get into elk and everything else. So
elk season's right around the corner.
Not too far away.
Yep.
So we got a number of things to get to this evening. Hey, did you see the latest? We have an update as far as clam limits.
Yeah.
We've bounced it back to 20 for the remainder of the year.
Yep. Healthy population. And so we've got digs that actually started today, if you didn't notice, and go through April 12th.
Right.
Yep. And they're all AM digs, so it's perfect. Check your regulations for which beaches are open and which days exactly, but now through the 12th.
Yeah, so for the remainder of the season, I'm pretty sure they're not going to pull that back. So we get to 20 clams on a limit is a pretty good opportunity to get out.
With an AM dig, it's hard to beat.
Yeah, they're going to be daylight digs for now for several months as far as they keep giving us days. So that's going to be good. Hey, did you know we went out and chased the elusive Spring Chinook yesterday?
I saw that, and there was one that was not so elusive.
Yes, yeah. Buddy Chris put one in the boat. We had one other drive-by that I was really surprised it didn't stick. It was running a Brad's mini cut plug, stuffed with tuna. Got them Gamakatsu Big River hooks on the back of that thing. Usually sticky sharp. It's a no-brainer.
Sometimes they just don't have that commitment.
Man, he just rattled it two good times. The rod dumped, and then there he was gone. But it was a full-on tuna assault. I had the Max 360 flasher stuffed with tuna. I had the Brad's mini cut plug stuffed with tuna, and that thing's whipping. It was in there, I don't know, 2-3 minutes, and he got hammered. Right?
Yeah, Jordan would be proud.
Oh yeah, yes he would. Tuna all the time. So, it's a tough bite. It's a tough bite. I talked to our buddy Chris.
I've been springer fishing before. I know it's a tough bite.
It's really
you
tough.
don't have to tell me twice.
That thing puked up 2 or 3 smelt when we got it in the boat.
Yeah.
They're just
the river's full of them.
Stuff full of them. They're still feeding on smelt. The water where we were fishing was actually 48.9 degrees, so it is warming up.
Yep.
Which is a good sign. But hey, it's a grind. I may be going back down Monday. I got an invite to jump in Bill Monroe Jr.'s boat with some of the boys from Hatchery Wild, so that's going to be a great opportunity to go sit in the rain and freeze my bones.
Well, and it's prime time now.
It's prime time now. It's open through the 11th. We got an extension from Friday the 7th to Tuesday the 11th. First extension. We'll see how we do. All right, before we get too far along here, buddy, let's run down the show. Got a good one lined up tonight, reintroducing, because he's been here before, Ryan Elwell, President and CEO of Missionoutdoors, and Megan Broco. Am I saying that right? Oh, well, I'm going by what he gave me as far as his spelling. So, VP and founding member of Olympic Peninsula Fishing Innovations. Why are they here? And, well, we got a Lingcod Derby to attend. We'll tell you all about it. Then our own Tommy Donlan, Hawaii, sheep and hunting, the recent adventure. Can't wait to delve into this, my friend. We are going to get y'all squared away with our 3rd annual Fish Out Northwest Summit Lake Community Kids Trout Derby. Where and when, we'll give you all the details so you don't miss it. Veterans participating in the Lingcod Derby, overcoming disabilities. We're going to drill down on this, talk with Megan, fishagain.org, and the adaptive gear that they're teaming up with these veterans. It's phenomenal. Last week we had a great day on Roosevelt chasing Triploids with Downriggers and Planer Boards. Going to show you that video. And then we're going to close out reminding you why you all need to follow Mission Outdoors, what they have going on, and why this organization does what they do with you involved. And we're going to tell you exactly why. Don't go anywhere. Jumping out for a quick break. We come back, we're going to introduce you to Ryan and Megan right here after the break, Fish Out Northwest. Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company can build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
For more than 90 years, you've entrusted one brand to guide you towards living the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now you can entrust affiliated Better Homes and Gardens real estate professional to interpret your needs and help you find the home in which to live your dreams through every stage of your home buying or selling process. And through every stage of your life, there's Better Homes and Gardens real estate. Expect better.
All right, welcome back here to the show. Dwayne England, Tommy Donlan, and introducing our guests, Ryan Elwell, President and CEO of Mission Outdoors. Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you, Dwayne. Appreciate it.
Nice to see you back. And Megan Broco, VP and founding member of Olympic Peninsula Fishing Innovations. First time here, so glad you made it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We met at the Sportsman Show. Ryan brought you and a caravan of folks down there and veterans. And didn't you have John with you?
Yeah, Mr. John Jones
Yeah,
was
he
us,
was there.
the Godfather.
Right, met him. And yeah, so great group you brought. Started talking about this Lingcod Derby back out there at La Push, bringing it back. And that's why you guys are here tonight, talk about Lingcod Derby, what it means to the veterans, Ryan, and all the stuff you got going on Mission Outdoors. Megan, with the adaptive gear and how we're getting these veterans out there, some of this stuff just blew my mind. When I met you guys and started talking with Ryan, I'm just going, are you kidding me? This is fantastic. So welcome to the show. Let's, Ryan, let's talk a little bit of history on that Lingcod Derby, kind of when it was established, how it kind of built over time, and you know what it had come to prior to you know, a minimal shutdown here.
Yeah. So this year will be the 4th annual Lingcod Derby. Mm-hmm. We had to shut it down during COVID, which was a bummer. Mm-hmm. But the Quileute Indian tribe's excited to have us back this year, so we're going to get this spun up again. You know, we started doing this derby because we like fishing together.
Yeah.
You know, all of us that fish La Push enjoy hanging out. It's one of our favorite times of the year to get together. And so we started doing an informal derby, and we thought, you know what, let's make this a thing and get vets out. The first year we did it, we had a bunch of vets come out. Several of us told us how therapeutic it was and how it, you know, changed their mindset, gave them hope. So We've continued to do it, and we're happy to get back on the water this year and have Megan join us. And we'll be getting this thing off the ground again on April 22nd.
Yes, April 22nd.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So talk about the like, how was the Derby formed? Like, what was the genesis? What was your, hey, we need to do this, and this is why we're going to do it? And
yeah, I think the genesis was, Tommy, is that if you and I were out there, I would say I can definitely catch more fish than you can catch.
yeah.
And it started in a fun way,
Yeah.
and this friendly competition kind of turned into a thing. And during that time, for me personally, I was taking vets out fishing. And you get a few letters from a veteran that says they're going to take suicide off the table. It changes your perspective.
Oh yeah.
And so now I look at any activity that I do and think about whether or not it would be a thing that I can share with a veteran and their family. Mm-hmm. So it just made sense to grow this into an event where we can get vets out and their families. We're inviting spouses and kids to come out, and we're really trying to gear the event in such a way that we do have the folks going out to fish offshore for trophy lingcod.
Yeah.
But have other things going on the beach where the kids can be involved. And that's where Megan's going to come in too, and helping to build some of those extracurricular activities. And the other thing about these events, we try to embellish these in any way that we can to really meet the needs of the entire family. So this year we've got the Pacific Northwest Barbecue Association joining us. And actually I'm sporting a pretty cool shirt here.
Rolling Smoke.
Rolling Smoke
Yeah,
Barbecue.
Yeah, there you go.
These are some good friends of mine.
They're the folks out at WTC, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Amazing.
That was excellent.
Tommy.
Yeah, I know.
Amazing food.
And I'm bringing this up because they're going to be at the Lingcod Derby.
Perfect.
One of our partners is the Pacific Northwest Barbecue Association.
Right.
I'm also a member. I try to make good barbecue.
Yeah, you do fine.
So we've got vets that want to learn how to barbecue right. They don't necessarily want to go in the ocean, but we're going to be teaching these guys how to barbecue right on the beach.
Heck yeah.
Awesome.
So it's just another way to grow this event and embellish this, pull people in from the Barbecue Association that want to get back to veterans and their families. We've got little guys that want to learn how to barbecue. They want to learn how to play with fire at 5 years old, so we're going to hook them up. And so really that's the way this thing started. How can we embellish this and make it work for veterans and their families?
So, Mission Outdoors. That's a statement right there. Kind of talk briefly, if you can, just a little bit of the mission behind the mission. Like, is it always focused on, veterans and events and bringing family together and stuff? What's truly the mission and these events that you guys put so much effort into pulling together?
Well, we're really looking for opportunities to earn the right to plant a seed of hope in the life of a veteran family. And, it's kind of funny. You walk up to someone on the street. If I walked up to you, Dwayne, and said, I want to give you a hand, you'd say, get away.
Yeah.
But when you hang out with someone for a few hours around an activity that everybody wants to be involved in, these friendships just grow. I think, Tommy, you've had that experience. I know I have many times. And next thing you know, you're looking at each other, asking if you just became best friends and whether you want to build bunk beds or not. More activities, right, Megan? We want to get together and create room for more activities.
Right.
So, we're out there earning the right to help them out. And, friendship can go a long ways.
Sure.
And we use these events to grow that. And that's our big tagline is hope grows outdoors.
Yeah.
It starts with a reason to leave your house, and it ends with friendship and new hope.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. You got, like you had mentioned, there's other portions or components to this thing, other interesting things going on for veterans and families and stuff outside just the Derby. So a little later on, we're going to really delve into that, some of the activities and things. Megan, you're involved with some of the on the river stuff and just whatever else we got going on. So we'll get back to that in just a little bit. So before we get there, we're going to jump out for a quick break. We come back, Tommy. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Hot
always
seat
ready.
huh?
Always ready.
Always on point.
Yeah, itchy trigger finger.
Hawaii Vacation
Yep.
and some sheep hunting.
That's
Only
right.
Tommy Donlan. All right, we'll do that when we come back right here, Fish on Northwest. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines. All right, welcome back here in studio. Dwayne England, Tommy Donlin, and you were gone for a couple weeks. We had to hold down the fort, which is fine. We managed, right? We did all right.
Yep.
You were out not just family vacationing, but hey, actually creating some content.
That's right.
Whether it was on purpose or not, you creted content.
I did. I love it when I create content because it usually means that
I like
I've
when
been
you come
successful.
back. Yeah, so we get to talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
So you went on vacation, you took guns, you had a plan
That's
to
right.
go shoot some sheep. Talk about this sheep hunt.
Well, you know, so first of all, I don't really plan any vacations unless there's some sort of hunting or fishing involved. It's just kind of a requirement.
Archery, rifle, otherwise.
Doesn't matter wherever I go.
Gotcha.
It's just part of life, right?
Yep.
And so, you know, usually when people think of Hawaii, they think of palm trees, sandy beaches, beautiful water, snorkeling, right? That's
Not
like
you.
That's like your typical, you know, thought of Hawaii. And that's all there too, don't get me wrong.
Oh, you can do that.
But they've got pretty much year-round hunting opportunity there. So they've got, you know, they've got goats, they've got black sheep, they've even got mouflon sheep on the island. And there's a handful of axis deer running around.
Right.
When I was there, there's a lot of pigs, lot of pigs. And I tell you what, I mean, when I go there, these are my people, right? Because these guys hunt pigs with dogs and knives. That's it.
I've watched
That's
that.
it.
Yeah.
And
Aren't you going to do that sometime?
So that the next trip, I'm doing that.
Are you?
The next trip, I'm doing that.
I
So
want that
I got to get
video.
my pig with a knife.
Yes.
But no, basically this particular day, and it was just a single day. It was going up towards Mauna Loa at about 6,000 feet, so going up towards the volcano. I think we've got some pictures of that too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, unbelievable terrain out there.
And yeah, you know, and you
How
think,
warm was it?
Oh, it was.
What's
So up
temperatures?
there, it's a little bit cooler at
Sure.
that altitude. So it was around, you know, it was a frigid 72 degrees or so, 72, 74. And then down, you know, down around sea level, you're at 85.
Yeah.
Horrible
Terrible.
conditions. I tell you what, the snow was
Yeah.
just deep. You wouldn't believe it.
I'm surprised you made it back.
And yeah, I know. Oh, it was tough.
Seriously.
You know, one of the things we talked about is like, well, how tough was this hunt? You know, and we'll get into was I successful or not. But you know, for elk, it's like, you know, my last bull, I packed out 8.2 miles.
Sure.
The last pack weighed 138 pounds. This was nothing like that.
No.
Okay. These Hawaiian black sheep are a little bit smaller.
A little bit.
But I mean, talk about a target-rich environment. There are so many sheep as you go up the mountain, and they hide in plain sight. I mean, you've got koa trees, and you've got kind of rolling lava. You've got grass everywhere.
blend in?
So they can and they blend in, and they can tuck down anywhere, and you're not going to see them.
How about that?
And so you really got to cover ground and find them. And we found 4 pockets of sheep that day. And I tell you what, it is when you get into them, and again, you know, there's no limit where we were. There's no limit. There's no, you know, you can shoot a ram if you really want to. You could shoot a ewe.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
Who were you with? You with an outfitter?
So
or something?
no outfitters, just buddies that
do this, live there.
Yeah, that live there. They've done it all their life. They're born and raised there. You know, I mean, obviously we could throw up a couple of the pictures, but you know, we ended up with 8 that day.
8 sheep.
Yeah, 8 sheep. Yeah,
So you got connections, which is nice, right?
Yeah,
it's
I do.
like anywhere
Yeah.
you want to
Yeah.
go hunting, whether we're going Montana, you know, Wyoming, whatever. Connections make the difference, right? It's really helpful. For somebody that just wanted to go over there and shoot these sheep, they have outfitters to get a hold of? Or?
They do. There's
Right?
a lot of guides on the island,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of public hunting too. And now don't expect that. And again, you know, the rules on this was a ranch in this case, but there's a difference in rules between public land. You know, when you can hunt, if you can hunt with a rifle, if you can hunt with a muzzleloader. They have the same 3 seasons we do.
Oh, do they really?
With archery.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And they've got zones, they've got units,
Yep.
you know, defined, and there are definitely, you know, dates associated with that. And the hunting, you know, I mean, surprise, surprise, it's a little bit harder on public land, right?
Yeah,
You're competing in that space. But I had a buddy that went for the first time a couple years ago, and he shot his first sheep. So, you know, comparatively to trying to get started hunting here, I would say this is definitely a couple orders of magnitude easier.
Real quick, what'd you do with the meat?
I've had sheep before. It's good. I
with
still
your buddies?
hold my elk at number 1, and so
For good reason, yeah.
I left it there.
Okay.
It's you know, those guys love the meat. It's their meat. Is how I kind of treat it.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. It's their usual and a custom.
but the 6.5 got a workout that day.
Attaboy.
3
of them, huh?
Yeah, dropped 3 on the first. You know, when it snuck up on the first 3, 150 yards. The bolt was working like a semi-auto. Sent 3 rounds at 150.
Rapid fire,
dropped 3 right there.
Attaboy.
And then ended up having one straight away from me, and got him right through the back of the head at about 60 yards. And then one was running left to right at about 130 and laid him out. So
perfect.
It's a target-rich environment. I mean, if you've never done it, especially like bow hunting, if you want to really get practice bow hunting, Hawaii's the place. Absolutely.
Hawaii's place.
I mean, you drive up and down the May Drag. There's like you mentioned, Megan. There's goats everywhere, everywhere. So definitely recommend it. When there's nothing going on here, Hawaii's the place to go and hunt. For sure.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And I think you told me last year, archery hunting there is 1 arrow, 1 shot, because once you miss and it hits the lava,
it's
done. You're done.
Yep,
so
that's right. Pretty much.
Looks like a great trip, man. I mean, you going over there and you enjoyed. The family had a great time. You guys had a great vacation, but you have this one little extra piece of excellence that just really took your day there. So phenomenal. Excellent. Okay. Hey, we're going to jump out for a quick break. We come back. We got more with Ryan and Megan, but we're also going to get you all spooled up. We got our 3rd annual Kids Trout Derby coming up. Missionoutdoors is a huge part of this as well, which is kind of nice that they're here this evening. So 3rd annual Fish Hunt Northwest Summit Lake Community Kids Trout Derby. You guys are starting to ask a lot of questions about it. We're going to fill you with all the details. We come back from this break right here at Fish Hunt Northwest.
Sportco, an outdoor emporium, is the largest local outfitter in the Northwest since 1975, providing thousands of people affordable outdoor gear. This summer, make your next outdoor adventure more affordable by shopping at our warehouse-style pricing. We are a local Scotty dealer, offering sales, service, and repair. Located in Fife and Seattle, come visit us today. The outdoors await you.
McCombie's custom lures are made in the Northwest for salmon, steelhead, lake trout, and kokanee. Our products come in a variety of sizes and colors to help you catch more fish. Find our products in stores or at McCombie'sCustomLures.com.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Oh, beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
We're going to show you how to make fishing reels.
All right, welcome back here in studio to Win England. Tommy Donlan, our guest, Ryan Elwell and Megan Broco. Broco, thank you.
You'll
Broco.
get it right.
You got it.
I got it right. Hey, Tommy, we have our 3rd annual Fish Hunt Northwest Summit Lake Community Kids Trout Derby coming up here May 20th. So, we moved that thing to May just because the weather's going to be nicer. Last year was absolutely beautiful.
Yep.
We get a little time after the massive opening of lower lakes for trout fishing and kind of settles down. And now it's all about the kids. So May 20th, 14 and under are welcome to come here. It's absolutely free. Show up and, go fishing and then show up and come get breakfast because Ryan is bringing the RV, the smoker, the day before. This man is going to be at the smoker for 14 hours with the pork, all the protein.
14 hours.
Rolling smoke, brother.
You're serving breakfast, you're serving lunch, you're bringing all the utensils, you're bringing everything people need to eat, breakfast and lunch at this event, which is phenomenal.
And now the young kids, there's going to be a trout pond, is that correct?
So we've been working on that, and unfortunately,
oh no.
Yeah, the WDFW trout pond is going to Mike Olson because they got the Ducks Unlimited youth event that day.
Okay.
And then PSA was going to step in, and they have too many other events going on. That's the one thing we run up against as we start getting into May. We start getting all these youth events happen, which is great, but now we're all vying for the same,
resource.
Yep. So we are not able this year to secure a trout pond, which is fine. Look, we have a little bit of bank access out here by the boat launch. Persons, folks, parents, grandparents, bring your kids. If you want to fish off the bank, fish out there at the boat ramp. I am going to try to line up a few folks with some boats, take some kids out fishing, because really, they're going to stock the lake again. Thank you, Gabe, with WDFW. They're going to put an additional 10,000 fish in the lake the week before the kids' trout derby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
Awesome.
we get 10,000 before the opener, we get 10,000 before the kids' derby.
Yeah.
And so there's going to be plenty of fish. They'll put in some oversized, some of them triploids or them jumbo trout. We got multiple categories that will be weighed in.
And you don't need a boat, right?
You don't. We have
there's-
limited bank access, unfortunately. So kids and boats do a lot better. But the categories are great. You know, we have first, second, third place in trout, kokanee, largest oddball fish. A kid last year brought in like a 4-pound smallmouth bass, right? And,
right on.
and won a trophy. And look, the kids are winning rods and reels, tackle boxes, stuffed to the gills.
And every kid gets a raffle ticket.
Every
they get
kid
a
gets a
t-shirt.
raffle ticket and a T-shirt. It's all about just giving away. We got companies who are donating money so we can go buy all the stuff so that most kids leave there with something.
Yeah.
Because the
And
raffle
that's the
ticket
cool part,
almost guarantees them something, right?
Now, if somebody wants to volunteer and help out with the event, how do they
Get a hold of
involved?
us on Facebook or email. Go to fishontnw.com and hit us up on our email. Let us know you want to help volunteer. If you're a company involved in the industry and want to help out financially so we can, you know, break the bank, buy all the stuff we give these kids, we would much appreciate that. Leftover proceeds are going to go to the Mary Bridge Children's Hospital. So if we generate a couple thousand in excess of what we purchase and give away, we're going to give it to the kids, the hospital. So it's a great event. Mission Outdoors, Ryan, can't thank you enough for getting involved. You're bringing families and vets. Some of the kids with serving veterans and current service members and or veterans are welcome. Trying to get as many of those families out here as we can, right? Because through Mission Outdoors, we'll contact those families, we'll get them out here. So it's going to be a great event. Looking forward to it. May 20th, more information to come. We're just getting started. So, all right, that is going to do it for us. First half of the show here on Root Sports. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Much more to get through and to with Ryan and Megan right here in studio for the second half of the show. We come back right after this break. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Hey guys, I'm Big Mike. Come on down to the Edge Pro Shop and see me. We've got all the best brands under one roof. We've got Hawken, ProCure, Short Bass, Pro Troll, Yakima Bait, Get 'em Dry Jigs, Northwest Bait Scent, Daiwa Reels, North Fork Lures, North Wild, Brad's, Superfly, Rocky Mountain Tackle, and of course, the greatest rods ever built, Edge Rods.
All right, welcome back here in studio as we get on our way through the show here. Ryan Elwell, President and CEO of Mission Outdoors. Welcome back.
Thank you.
That's it? That's all you got?
All I got for you, Dwayne.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
Megan Broco, VP and founding member of Olympic Peninsula Fishing Innovations. So let's really get into the nuts and bolts of this whole thing. Ryan, let's talk about getting veterans in the boats for this Lingcod Derby. That's really what it's all about. It's like, we got to get these vets out there on the water. So how does that happen? How do we make that happen?
Well, for this event, you've got to sign up on our website, missionoutdoors.org. Click on events, and you'll have a link to register. One of the things about our registration process is that you have to pick up a veteran. And that's also reiterated in the rules.
Yeah.
You've got to have a vet on your boat to participate. So if you've never fished La Push and want to learn how to do that fishery, we're all about, you can learn from me. Not that I know much, but I can help. I know some people that do. And, click sign up, open a seat up for a vet, and we'll get the veterans out to the event. And we're not just inviting the veteran, we're inviting their whole family.
Yeah.
So we'll have one family member on the boat. The others will have other activities for them to do, which Megan will be helping out with, and we'll keep them busy. But the first thing is just get involved by signing up.
And then is this event, is there activities pre and post Saturday? Is there like Friday activities, Sunday activities, everything's on Saturday, or what's the...
Yeah, with the order of events, Friday we've got a captain's meeting. We're also doing a fishing clinic on Friday. And we'll be sending information out to the boat captains.
For saltwater fishing or specific Lingcod?
Lingcod, yeah. Trophy Lingcod clinic on Friday night. And we'll be sending that information out to the boat captains because we want everybody to catch fish.
Sure.
We've got a hero on board. We want to make sure everyone's having a great time. We're not going to share all the secrets, but we'll share most of them. That'll also include how to use the marina, how to use the boat ramp, how to leave the marina safely, how to return to the marina safely, how to fuel up. We'll have a pro shop full of all the best gear, run by 5 to 8 year old kids. Our pro staff team.
Perfect.
They tend to bring in a lot of business, but we'll have the best gear that you can't find at Sportco or wherever you're shopping. We'll have it there for you to make sure that if you show up and you've got some spreader bars, which we don't use a whole lot in the ocean, we'll give you the right stuff to use. So we're going to do that. Captain's meeting, clinic Friday night, and then Saturday morning we'll be doing a vessel inspection on every boat. We'll have safety gear that we can hand out. If your flares are expired, we'll hook you up with some because we want everyone to get out and have a good time. And we'll kick the event off probably around 6:30.
Friday night.
Saturday.
Excuse me, Saturday.
Yep. So Saturday morning, vessel inspection, and then we'll release all the boats
Get
at the
them
same
out there.
time, probably around 6:30 when we can see. And then weigh-in starts at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And we'll adjust those times accordingly based on the weather and conditions when we get out there during the captain's meeting.
Okay. Just for clarification, so if folks go to the website and sign up, if I got a boat, I want to run a crew, I'll bring some of my friends and whatnot, you guys have a veteran to put on board because I'll say, yeah, I got actually 2 seats available.
Yep.
And if we got overflow of veterans, we're gonna put 2 veterans on that boat?
Yep, we're really good at that.
You guys
we'll get the right guys out. We've got an extensive recruiting program to make sure we're getting the right folks out at the event, especially offshore fishing. They need to be healthy enough, and they need to know what they're getting into. So we vet these families before they come out, but we'll definitely fill those seats for you. If you make an opportunity for us to put a vet on your boat, we'll make it happen.
And so just talking through logistics, right? We want to make sure that people sign up in time so that you can match veterans to boats. So how late can someone register? Because this event is coming up in 2 weeks, effectively.
22nd, yep.
So is registration going to close in another week, or how does that work?
We're going to leave registration open. If you're not sure if you can attend the event and Thursday comes along and you decide you can make it out, we've got veterans standing by.
Perfect. Okay.
So, ideally, let us know you want to attend before Thursday.
Yeah.
But if it is Thursday and when you want to come, we will welcome you with open arms. We'll have food for you, and you'll have a great time. So, thanks.
So we kind of bounced around on it a little bit, but we have additional events going on. There's an oarsman training. Or
so
something.
During the event, for the veterans that don't want to fish on the
we run
on the
Viking
ocean.
ships out there on the ocean, or what are we doing?
I don't know. Maybe Tommy might. I don't know about Viking ships. Yeah. Maybe Megan does. I don't know. But yeah, we've got a lot going on. I mean, there's so much to do in La Push. We can do. We're going to do some hikes out to the beach.
Beautiful.
We're going to be doing some fly tying.
Fly tying classes.
Yep, we're getting to that for sure.
Yeah, and we're going to do some oarsman training. We've got a bunch of vets that don't necessarily enjoy the ocean, but they want to learn how to navigate a river.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so we're going to introduce them to that safely. Those rivers out there are dangerous, and we've got some great guides that understand and know how to float those rivers safely. So we're going to do some one-on-one based training.
Nice.
And teach folks basic operations of a drift boat.
So you have some drift boats out there and some instruction.
Yeah, we've got a few of them out there, and we're kind of ready for that.
That's awesome.
A few years ago, we got blown off the ocean.
Right.
We couldn't fish the event, so we actually moved our event to the river, which was open.
How'd that go?
That was pretty
Lots
good.
Of Lingcod in the river? Or?
So, you know what? I'll just say this. If we get blown off the water, we're still going to have a good time. The food's going to be outstanding.
Yes.
But
100%.
we actually sent people down the river to fish.
Nice.
We had the best poker tournament I've ever been to. We had fun. So
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Please still come out. If we're looking at some rough weather, we're still gonna have a great time, and you'll learn a lot, and we'll have fun together.
That's great.
So, Megan, you kind of mentioned it, fly tying, right? And you are VP, founding member of Olympic Peninsula Fishing Innovations. I want to make sure I get that right?
Yep. It's a mouthful.
The website is www.fishagain.org.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about some of the adaptive gear that is being fabricated and teamed up with some of these disabled veterans. I'm getting on the website, looking at this stuff, I'm going, this is blowing my mind. So talk a little bit about this adaptive gear and what this fly tying instruction stuff really means to some of these vets and gives them an opportunity.
So we have two products. One is a one-handed fly tying device, and the other is a one-handed casting partner. So it's a rod holder that's on a belt, has a few different positions, and allows someone who has limited mobility or an amputee to go out and, go fly fishing. And we're working right now on some modifications to get a spinning rod in there to really expand it beyond just fly fishing.
Yeah.
And so for the fly tying device, it's called the Evergreen Hand, and it goes behind a typical vise, and it has tools on it, and you can use the tools to hold your materials as you assemble a fly. And so there's a variety of different tools, and you can use it to tie almost any fly. And so we have a lot of people who are amputees, people who've had stroke, severe arthritis. And so when you're talking about, who does a one-handed device help? There's a lot of people that's not just someone who has an amputation.
Sure.
So
makes a lot of sense.
Just looking at those pictures, there's some serious innovation in the tools and equipment that you guys have that you're helping, get to the vets. I gotta ask, do you have an engineering team, or who's designing and innovating?
Yeah. I do have a background in engineering, but I didn't do the design on these devices. How this started were volunteers that I go fly fishing with. They were working with Project Healing Waters, and they went out one day on a boat, and there was a man who was there, and he couldn't fish, but he was, just came out on the boat.
Hanging out, enjoying, right?
Yep, and the whole goal was, how do we get a rod in his hand?
That's
and
awesome.
Make sure that he can participate in this event. And then our current president, Jesse Scott, he was working on this one-handed fly tying tool. So he's retired Air Force, and he also saw a need. He's from Arlington, and so he was just putting this together, in his garage. And then as we've, used it, we've just refined it, and people said, well, I don't know how to tie this tube fly, and then make a little, attachment. And so you can sit there, and the Evergreen Hand is such an amazing adaptive tool.
It looks like it.
And so many people are using it with, congenital disorders. There's just such a spectrum of, and variety of who it benefits.
Talk about that casting assist device. You got a person with one arm, they're fly casting with this particular device. How does that thing work?
So it comes in a left hand and a right hand configuration, and there's devices very similar on the market that sell for a couple $100s. The difference with our products is we're a nonprofit, and we've raised a lot of money through grants. Our products are free. So completely free for anyone in the U.S. Shipping's free.
Wow.
And what's great about offering this free product is it's not beneficial if you don't need to have a one-handed tool. So, there's no reason to have one of these things unless you need it. So the casting partner has two positions, has an up position and a down position. So if you're fighting a fish, you can lock in your rod and then use your other hand to strip in your line, lock off your line, and fight your fish, play your fish, and then you can just simply pop your rod out, do your cast, put it in, strip your line.
Awesome.
Wow.
So it's simple. We wanted to build devices that are simple enough for everyone, for them to be accessible to everyone.
Now you got me thinking adaptive gear for tuna, because I have an engineering background too.
Okay.
So maybe we'll have to go there. But I'm curious, Megan. So, how many vets do you know have been assisted or fitted with this adaptive gear?
Ooh, I'd have to check numbers, but we have people all over the United States. The last couple orders, we sent a device to New Zealand, to England, but it's hard to find get the match of finding the people that, we want to help and the people who need help, to find us. And so really getting the word out, because we're just such a small local nonprofit operating, here pretty much, out of our garage.
But you have gear that you want to get out to people.
Yep, we have gear. It's available, no cost.
So if I have family or friends, I have acquaintances who are either disabled from time of service or disabled with some of the other debilitating diseases you may have mentioned, and I feel like, boy, so-and-so could really use this device, or if I'm a vet watching, where do I go? How do I contact and get information about getting some of this gear for either myself or family or friends?
The best place to go is www.fishagain.org, and we have an order page with an order form, and that will get you connected to me or Jesse. It comes right to
both of you. Okay.
Right to both of us.
That is fantastic. Well, you guys are doing amazing things,
great.
and it doesn't surprise me. You're all connected with Missionoutdoors, and you guys are, you serve a purpose, and you're fulfilling a need, and this is just fantastic. I mean, to get, as you and I have talked, to get these veterans who are struggling out of the darkness and into the light, and go out there and do things like everyday folks have the ability to just take for granted and we just go do. And now you're just giving these persons an opportunity to just get their life back. Yeah. Just get out there and just enjoy. I mean, how much do we enjoy being on the water?
Right.
And being in the outdoors and hiking in the woods and going and pursuing and just, taking on God's country and doing what we love. Now we can take these persons who served on our behalf and give them an opportunity to just go live their life to the best of their ability. So this is great. You guys, I am so glad you are here. Okay, we're going to jump out for a quick break. We come back. Hey, did you know we got a new videographer, editor?
That is what I heard. I can't wait to watch this video.
Yeah, this kid's really taking it by storm. So our very own Matthew Messin Around Fishing Charters, a.k.a. I think he's gonna start his own media company, Viking Media.
Viking Media.
I believe it's Viking Media. So we're gonna get there with him. Little outing we did with our buddy Richy Harrod over there on the east side, chasing those doggone triploids in the cold weather and the wind, of course, because we're in a gorge on Roosevelt. Downriggers, planer boards, the whole thing. Matt captured it and put it together. We're gonna take a look at that. We come back from this break right here at Fish on Northwest.
All Defiance boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why all boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. All Defiance boats come standard with large fish boxes that are fully insulated so that you can ice your fish properly all day. All Defiance boats are foam flotation filled and unsinkable for the ultimate in safety while fishing offshore. Before you buy any boat, stop by or call Defiance Boats today to ensure you are getting the very best glass boat your money can buy.
If you're looking for the best fishing rods in the world, you really do need to take a look at the Edge rods. I designed and built new machinery, and I think this new machinery has enabled us to build blanks like no other company could build without this equipment. There is no other rods in the world that are as good as these rods. You owe it to yourself to take a good look at them.
New days, new beginnings, new friends, new loves, new dreams, new goals, new scenery, new job. No matter what the next chapter holds, Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate will be there to help you find the new that's right for your lifestyle at any stage of your life. Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate. Expect better.
All right, well, Richy, here we are, buddy.
Yeah, we are.
Out here at Lake Roosevelt. A little windy this morning. Hey, guys, Dwayne England, Fish on Northwest. And we made the trek across the pass, get out here and go after some kokanee, which are like a ghost right now, apparently. And, you know, we got some rainbows to go after, so we're fighting a little wind this morning, but no big deal. Got a wide variety here, Richy, we're starting with this morning.
Yes, we
do. We got
some
Max Double D, we got some Sling Blade, I got some Brad's Dodgers, got a variety of orange and pinks and golds. And so we're gonna start getting gear down. When it's conducive to do so, we'll get the side planers out and we'll see what we can find. Got it figured out, boy. You know, I think so. Look, we got 6 rods out now. We got 2 on each side planer, Richie, and on the downrigger. And I went a little deeper on the downrigger. Now, I got my sonar up on zoom. So we're just kind of looking at the top water column, see if we can find any fish. But let's face it, if they're above 20 feet,
we're not going to probably see them.
We're not going to see them anyway. But I'm just looking for anything that might be down there in that 30 to 50 foot, 60 foot range. We're at about, it's varying back and forth in here, 120 feet, 95 feet. We're kind of hugging the shoreline, looking for those rainbows that are way up at the surface here. So a couple of our rods on the side planers, we have 3/8 ounce weight on them to drop them a little deeper. The farthest rods out are just flat lining, 150 feet back because the boat pushes them away, and you know, we're about 100 feet out each side. So we got a pretty good wide swath going.
We got
here.
A good spread.
Yeah, we do. And
got a lot of choices. Come on, fish.
Yeah, no doubt. So a little cold. This wind's a little challenging too. When you're running the planer boards in the wind, it can get a little bit dicey. But we just got the wind at our back, trying to control our troll speed.
Right.
And we'll see what we get.
Still got your fish?
I don't know. He's there. No. I think it's gone.
It's figured out.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit of a dance sometimes. Yeah, you can get the net. Okay. Nice shiny fish. Yeah.
We'll take it, won't we?
Yes, we will. Oh, that's a nice sized fish, and it's on the Brad's Mini.
Oh, that looks like a Coke.
It's on the cut plug too.
Looks like a Coke.
It does, but they're so bright in here. Sometimes they fool you.
That's a Coke. Betcha.
Right on.
That's Coke.
Looks like a blue back. There you go. Bring her on up. Well, there we go.
Trout.
That's a rainbow. Here we go. Okay. Nice wild fish. Gotta get this bugger back in the water. We finally gave up down below where we were, and the wind has died down considerably. Look at, I mean, it's like a mirror pond out here, almost. A little riffle, which is perfect. Come up here to this upper area where we have fished historically and done fairly well. So getting the gear back out, rebait, resent, and see if we can't start finding a few rainbows, maybe pick up that token kokanee. So we'll see.
All right.
There we go. Little line peeler.
Looks like a good one.
Richie, you want this?
I know you can play it.
Okay.
It's on your side.
This is true, yes.
Yeah.
You have the port side.
I do.
Yeah, looks like a decent fish. Yep.
Is that both
Same
fish?
combo, so I may have to switch this other downrigger to duplicate this. It's done it a couple times for us now. So it's a good color. It's got that orange, it's got that copper. I like it. Looks like a rainbow.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it.
Right, right. Yep. Oh, get out of there. Get out of that other rod. There you go. Nice rainbow.
Nice fish.
Gorgeous. Healthy fish. All right, here we go. I like it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like the twin of our other fish a while ago.
It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's the same Brad's Dodger.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. And I've been running out with this. It's the orange and copper, that white. We do like orange out here. And, you know, I think I may double up on that other downrigger.
Right.
And run the same exact rig at 15 feet and see if we can't start establishing a pattern here now. Peel in line, buddy. Peel in line. There we go. On the downrigger again.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's off
nice.
the cliff.
Yeah, just take him that way. Oh, it's a nice fish.
That's what I'm saying. It's coming quick. Another trout, right?
Heavy hatchery fish. There you go. Oh boy.
Here we go.
Nothing wrong with that.
There you go. How
Nice.
about that fish?
Nice triploid.
Huh?
And what's amazing is when we are done today and we cut that fish open, how red that
Red
meat
it'll
is.
be.
Yeah, just like the kokanee out here.
Time to go.
Yeah. So.
Time to go.
All right, that's going to do it for us
Yeah.
out here, day
That's
one.
fun.
Got a couple more days to look forward to,
Yeah.
but we're going to jump out for a quick break. Should be back in the studio right after this. Well, there you go. Little opportunity over there with Buddy Richy, and
yeah, nicely done, Matt, with the production.
Yeah,
That's
he did
great.
a nice job. And we actually fished over there for 3 days, and we fished 3 different bodies of water. So I was like, this is like the dumbest thing ever, because we're not establishing a pattern to go and repeat the next day or anything. But we did get some additional intel that we can take back next time. You know, we fished Roosevelt day 1, we fished Banks day 2, and did pretty darn good on the walleye, and we're going to bring that to you in a couple weeks. And then we fished day 3 over there at Rufus and got blown off by noon. So net pen fishing for us that day wasn't nearly like it was.
Oh, I know, that was epic though.
That was epic. There's no doubt about it. But
those are COVID fish.
Yes, those were leftover COVID fish that they
you
were.
Ever caught a 15-pound trout?
You're fat and happy.
That tastes better than a Springer.
It's pretty amazing, and there's a reason to go do it.
Rufus
but
woods, man.
The Roosevelt thing, I see our buddy Troy's over there the last handful of days, and he's been doing really well now.
Yep.
Things are starting to pick up for sure. So I got a trip planned back over there. Got a turkey hunt, 2-day turkey hunt with Eric Broughton. And Matt and I are going to spend a couple days on the water with the boat. Then we're going to turkey hunt. So I can't drive all the way over there and leave the boat home, Tommy. I just can't do it.
Absolutely not. Nor should you.
No, that thing has made the trailer and travel. So yeah, a couple days of fishing and filming, and then a couple days of turkey hunt with Eric Broughton.
Yep.
Try to bring all that, and Matt's pretty excited about that new camera. The zoom capability for hunting is going to be a mind blow.
That'll be
pretty
good.
excited. So yeah, things to look forward to. And Matt just keeps getting better at his skill set. You know, I'm gonna have to give him a raise, but what's nothing from nothing? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Getting some nice compliments on here. We got much more outdoor footage to come over this entire year through the summer and stuff. We got some great fishing opportunities to go do, and some, you know, tech tips out on the water and in the woods, things we're gonna actually get done. So looking forward to that. All right, gonna jump out for a quick break. We come back. A few more questions for you two. Gonna delve back into a little bit about Mission Outdoors, Ryan, and really remind the folks about what it is truly all about, the need, how they can help support, because it's the right thing to do. So we're going to have that discussion when we come back. Don't go anywhere, quick break. We'll be back right here, Fish on Northwest.
A Northwest favorite for almost 40 years, Arima boats are manufactured with pride in Bremerton, Washington. All Arima boats are built without any structural wood materials. That is why Arima boats are backed with a lifetime warranty. Arima can offer every boat with Honda outboard packages so that you can take advantage of the reliability and 5-year top-to-prop warranty from your Honda outboard. Call or stop by Arima Boats today and let them help you get into your very next boat.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish. Beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
All right, welcome back in studio as we wind it down. Appreciate everybody getting on here tonight. Lots of nice compliments about these two folks that are in here visiting this evening. And of course, Matt's excellent work out in the field, Tommy. People are pretty impressed. They said whoever the old guy was doing it before,
don't let him do it again.
He's fired.
Yeah.
Moving on,
done.
right? So, Ryan Elwell, President and CEO of Mission Outdoors, and Megan Broco, VP at Olympic Peninsula Fishing Innovations. Ryan, let's kind of remind the folks what Mission Outdoors is all about and how persons who feel a need can be involved monetarily or whatever, but you know, how can they help assist you guys to complete the mission that you guys set forth?
Yeah, thanks, Dwayne. You know, first of all, get involved. It's so important to come out to an event and see what this whole thing's about. That's where my passion started. When you spend time with a family and they turn around and let you know that they're having a better day and that they see a path forward.
Yeah.
Because of spending a day on the water with them. And so I always encourage people to come out and check it out. And there you'll see the need. I spend a lot of time on the barbecue now.
Yes, you do.
It's kind of become a passion of mine. And there's an opportunity to come serve these families. And we have folks that get involved that have a passion for certain things, like my friend Megan here, tying flies. And so how can we bring this thing to the veteran community? This week we're doing a sports camp for spring break down near JBLM. The military kids are on spring break, so we're running a kids camp this week. And actually tomorrow we've got some of the Seahawks players coming out, some of the Kraken folks coming out. Blitz will be there. I know you love Blitz.
Oh, favorite.
I think Bowie. I don't know Bowie yet, but Bowie's apparently a mascot too.
You're going to meet Bowie, are you?
There's opportunities to serve. Yeah, Bowie. Yeah,
Picture Bowie. Right on.
You know, it's so important just to come out and meet the need. And
how many events now? How many? What's the how many annual events are you guys cranking out now annually?
You know, we have what we put out on the website, but then we have all the events that we really do, and a lot of the work that we do is with active duty military. And we really can't push that out. Those are special events designed for that community.
Right, okay.
And that's why I just encourage people to come out. This kids camp, it's not on our website. You won't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
These are for active duty folks that need a spot for their kids to go this week. So, and so some of the things on the website are the things we publish. You know, we've got multiple archery events every year. We do 3D archery shoots. We've got one coming up the last weekend in April. We do a lot of that throughout the year. Lots of fishing events, lots of private events. We've been known to sponsor veteran weddings and birthdays and things of that nature.
Really? Oh, is that right?
Well, you think about it, you're on base, and you're from North Carolina, and your family's in North Carolina, and you want to get married, or you want to have a 40th birthday party, you know.
Yeah.
I'm all about that, you know. Any reason to barbecue is a good reason. So
there you go.
You know, there's just a lot of the things that you won't find on the website.
Yeah.
Well, the thing that I've been impressed with, you know, about the Mission Outdoors events that I've been to is that they always get better. Like every year, year after year, you know, and especially my favorite event, the Washington Tuna Classic, right? It's just gotten better and better, and like, you know, and I don't expect those things, right? I mean, I'm coming there to fish and just kind of relax, and then to see everything that you guys have done with that event, the fireworks, you know, and it's the little touches too. Like last year, the captain's getting the what do you call it? Like the warrior coins, the challenge coin. And I mean, it's the little stuff, and then it's the people that have become associated with the event. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal, I got to say. And I was just curious. So last year at our the Washington Tuna Classic is coming up, #1. It's on the best day of the year. I don't know if you knew this. August 12th.
Yeah.
Because it's my birthday.
Tommy's birthday.
No, you know,
my 40th.
I know.
And how many veterans did we have last year? What was the participation?
I want to say we had 80-ish vets, plus spouses, plus kids, throwing axes in a field.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that's right.
You know, and flying kites, but we ran into so many people over this axe throwing in the campground. We also
you got first aid standing by.
Yeah, but there was kids stuff too. We had a trout pond.
We had a trout pond. We actually
right down there.
We deployed a mosquito control system in that field at the RV park.
That's right.
So we had. I mean, so it's talking about the event getting better and better. We put these poor vets out in this field. And you know, you look at the field in the picture and it looks great, but you get out there, there's mosquitoes that want to take you away.
Yeah, right.
And so we deployed this new technology this last year, and the field was mosquito-free all week.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fireworks show.
No, the fireworks
that worked as well.
That was after the fact.
That was another That was another thing that we did. But anyway, so we don't even really know. I mean, there's so many vets that showed up, and we, you know, again, Thursday night, if you all of a sudden have a free weekend, we want the veteran to come out. We may not be able to put you on a boat, but you can go fish for surf perch.
Yeah.
You can throw an axe. If you agree to be safe.
Sure. Yeah.
We'll definitely. We have tents. We have sleeping bags. We just put them out in that field, and you know, good friends of mine own that campground, so they kind of let us use it the way we need to use it. But there was a lot. I mean,
there was a lot. Well, and the thing is, it's like it's not just for if you have a family and you have one veteran in the family. This event is not just for the one person in the family. It's for the family. That's what I think is cool about it, because there's stuff for the kids to do. I mean, even in that field, right? There was kids events. They had a little shooting range with I don't know if it was like darts or whatever it was, but
I think it was something soft, not darts.
Not like darts to the point. You know, like you know what I mean. like a Nerf gun or something like that. Yeah, but
it was a mind blow. All the boats came back in. Sherry and I were running the media and just doing our thing that you invited us to come down there and do, and just having a great time and trying to catch up with this knucklehead when he came in, and his mind is just, I'm like, Tommy, I need a few words. He's like, I got time for this media.
Yeah.
So
we've all seen the problem.
Oh yeah. So I get stuck doing what I have to do. But all in all, when it comes together and everybody's there for the food and the beverages and the awards and the stage, and you guys get up and start announcing stuff, and then you just take pause and you take a look, and you look at these tables. And there's not an empty seat anywhere. Everybody's just stuffing their faces with amazing food and laughing and just, having a great time. And it's so jam-packed, vehicles everywhere, people walking, the line of people to get food, and you're just going, this is really something special.
Yeah.
This isn't just about going out and catching tuna, which is great, but this is so much bigger than that. And you just watch it all come together, and guys like Fly get up there and speak on behalf of veterans and what it means to him, and they're tossing down the challenge coins, which I'm familiar with, obviously, 30 plus years in the fire service, that's kind of a staple. But it's just, the event is just a mind blow. I can't wait to see what's going to go on this year, because we're already talking about it, on how big this is going to be and the opportunity for people. So, hats off to you guys. That's probably one of the best, biggest events that you guys, pull together and pull off well.
Well, and then the first time I saw Fly Navarro on the dock in Westport, I had to do a double take. It's like what is the crazy Cuban doing in Westport?
Right.
Like he must be lost. He spends a lot of time in Florida. And
I'm like, he's a board member at Missionoutdoors.
Right. Yes. Common denominator.
Travels around the world, always lost.
But talk about the best MC you could possibly get for him.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and then he hosted our first annual kids fishing derby in the marina.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never tied up so many fishing rods in my life.
Right.
We had kids with their parents lined up down there, and we opened that up to the whole community.
Yeah,
we had hundreds of them lined up.
It was packed.
And they were so excited to get their rod and head down into the marina and catch fish.
Yep.
And, Fly and I, as we've talked about before, identify as 5-year-olds, so we do pretty well.
Yeah, you communicate on a level, right?
Yeah.
Communicate on a level.
Too, as a 5-year-old, Megan. But fun stuff. So we had the kid event going on in the marina. We had the fishing pond up on the street.
Yep.
And honestly, for me, that was the most fun that I've had at a tuna class.
Well, you guys got your huge booth and awning set up there. We took station right next to you and had so many people coming by and grabbing your swag, our swag, people wearing. I was just blown away. We go to the awards and banquet. Tommy shows up. He's like, look at all the people wearing the Fish Hunt Northwest stuff. I go, they're everywhere. Right? We almost ran out of stuff. It is just unbelievable. And the public just coming down there, spend a day at Westport because it's a sunny day in August 12th this year, by the way, if you haven't heard. And if you did forget, somebody will remind you.
I'll remind you.
Greatest day. Yeah. Actually, you know what the greatest day this year is? Easter. Because you know when my birthday is, my friend?
It's Easter.
My birthday
it's hard to
falls
argue
on
with
Easter.
that.
That is right. Yeah. I got a one-on-one with the big man. So before we got to wind it up here, Megan, we need to put some emphasis back on you and the Olympic Peninsula Fishing Innovations. So you guys. You receive monies, nonprofit, charity and stuff. People want to help out. What are your needs? Like money to help continue to purchase and build and assist folks in getting this stuff? What's really the need for you guys?
I think the main need right now is partnership.
Okay.
So helping find, kind of sharing the word. And if you have a physical therapist or your physician, a network, another nonprofit, your group of fishing buddies.
Yeah.
It's letting people know that we exist because we're small, we're completely volunteer run by 4 individuals. And so to help us, with that marketing concept so that people who can benefit from our products know we're here to help them.
Right. Do you guys do events like, did you have a booth at the Sportsman Show or anything like that, or are we not to that level yet? Or?
We're usually at all the fly fishing shows.
Okay.
And so with COVID, we haven't been at shows for the last 2 years, but we're normally down at Albany, out in Montana at the Livingston Show.
Oh, wow.
Let's see, in Spokane there's a show, so all the big, the fly fishing shows, but that's not always where you get people who, have a physical limitation where you're going to connect with them to, get them matched with our products.
Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. We have a tremendous amount of veterans here in Washington State and the Northwest, obviously, because of Joint Base, and would be on all the bases we have in and around the area, and just the fact that people move here and stay here for good reason, especially if they're outdoors enthusiasts, and just because they get injured or disabled to a certain level, they would probably like to keep that going on. So, we're gonna try to work hard help out. You know, it'd be nice to see you guys at perhaps the Puyallup Sportsman Show. Set up a booth to really get the word out there, get the products out there, get in front of people, because that show can rifle through 100,000 people in 5 days.
They don't have a nonprofit booth, I don't think, at that show.
Well,
so donations could help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
We'll beat on that drum and see if we can't get some assistance. We know a few people that run that whole deal, so we'll see. I just feel like there's an opportunity to get back to the veterans. If that means like setting up a booth at the Puyallup show to get you guys that exposure and have all them people coming by and checking out the stuff that you are creating and giving freely to persons in need, how can people say no to jumping on board to support that? So we'll see if we can't work that direction.
Well, we'd appreciate that.
Absolutely. It's all about getting the word out. You guys are doing amazing things, and it only goes so far if nobody hears about you.
Right.
It doesn't know where to find you. What good is it? You get a basement full of stuff.
Yeah, Project Healing Waters is a pretty good partner.
Sure.
Yeah, they've been great, and we've been with them. I mean, that's how we got started, was we were volunteering with Project Healing Waters.
Yeah,
but
fantastic.
to have more partnerships and really reaching out maybe more with the medical community and therapists, that would be great to get matched with a few more people. Great.
All right. Well, can't thank you two enough for coming in. I hope it was worth your time. I really enjoyed this. We talk fishing and stuff all the time, but it's things like this that this is why we created a show like this. Give a platform to people like you that are doing good for the people that need it. So awesome. Any final words? Especially you. You're a man of many words.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. See how many that was?
Yep. Very direct.
Megan?
Yes, I like it.
I'm excited to be here, and I hope we have some orders blowing up in the next few weeks after the show.
Yeah. We can do our best. So, all right, that is going to wrap it up here for us.
Hey, wait.
What do you got?
Oh,
hey, sorry.
Wait a second.
Ocean fisheries. You got some
fishing.
information hot off the presses. As you alluded to,
Thanks to our good brother Dave Johnson.
Yes, thank you, Dave.
Who has worked very hard at the North of Falcon, I will say, and always does a phenomenal job representing all the sport fishermen.
Right.
He just hit me up at 5:30 tonight and gave me kind of the rundown here, and here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Area 2, Westport, we're getting 5,140 more kings, more Chinook.
Than last year?
Last year.
So we're going to be open
7 days a week.
From
7 days a week.
June
24th.
June 24th. Yep. 7 days a week.
Yep. And even in Nia Bay, we got 3,200 more kings.
Phenomenal.
So it's going to be good. It is going to be good.
And then on the heels of that is going to be a lights out coho fishery.
That's right.
To the lights.
That's right.
We haven't even hardly started discussion. We're talking probability or possibility of one of the months there in the fall in the Grays Harbor region, we might see a 3-fish limit.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be after the ocean fisheries and as we get out of the Grays Harbor and up into the tributaries. So if they're talking about that now, back that all up out there into the ocean. I mean, think about the numbers of fish.
Yeah.
It's just going to be
epic.
I'm going to go buy another freezer right now.
You should. You should.
Because we're going to need room. We're going to need room. So, okay, now.
Now you're good.
Now we're done?
Okay, now we're done.
Appreciate it. All right, thanks for tuning in tonight. Appreciate everybody getting on here. Sorry we didn't get involved back, answering a lot of these questions, but I'll follow up after the show as I usually do and answer many of these very good questions. So appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend. Weather's going to kind of suck, Tommy, get through the weekend, but there's stuff to do. Go dig some of those clams, morning digs, for the next 6 days. Get after it. All right, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Keep it safe.